It's another beautiful Monday to you. I don't know where you're at in the world, but today we're talking about stepping them up. We're gonna step them up. My words. I'm making my words. I'm gonna make my words come today. I got an interesting presentation in about 30 minutes that you know nothing about. But today, man, I want to talk about stepping up. Man, good morning. Conrad, how you guys doing this morning on this beautiful day? It's a cold day. It's a little chilly. I got my little sweatshirt until while the heater kind of gets itself cranking out. But this morning, man, I want to talk about stepping up, right? Stepping up to the occasion when we need to do it. Now I know in life you got a whole lot of things going on, man. We all got things going on. And some days we don't have to step up. Let's be honest. Some days we can kind of just go through the day. I mean, Thanksgiving, I kind of went through the day. And there are a lot of days in the work day where I'm genuinely just kind of going through the flow of the motion. What's up, BBR Yang, my man? London, good morning, Sophia. Hey, it's morning to me. I don't know where you're at. Hey, Carla, Nunez. So the thing is about stepping up, right? Here's what I've noticed about our lives and how we live our lives. There are mornings and times when we just have to kind of go. And it's okay to go. It's a good tick. But there's going to be those moments. You know what those moments are when it needs you to step up to the plate in a bigger way. Now, I don't know where you need to step up to the plate in a bigger way for your life right now, but you do. Yeah, you do. You know, there's something calling you a little bit more than it should be calling you, or something a little bit more than a typical. And you kind of got to look into this next stage of what it looks like to level up. And here's what I'll tell you. It is much easier to step up to the plate when you've trained up to the plate. Let me repeat this, and then I'll talk about what I'm talking about. It's much easier to step up to the plate when you've trained up to the plate. Now, brother's in the military, and I learned this from him. Hey, Stef Fit Pro. Hey, from Indonesia. Good morning to you. So my brother says you never rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. I'm going to repeat this again. You never rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. And I think this is true, man. I mean, obviously it's true because these cats, they do it a lot more than I do. But here's the unique part. A lot of us try to step up to the plate. And there are days when we got to step up to the plate. But the only way you're going to thrive and survive and do well in those moments when you do need to step up is if you've trained yourself up to that level. Now, what does that look like, right? How do you do this? How do you show up in this way? Here's what I think. V-Brad Morning, yep, you're right. You talking about it, it's truth, man. You got to level yourself up. It's VJ Brothwaite. I probably said your name horribly. Good morning. Hey, from Kenya. Good evening from Kenya. So here's how I look at this. We've got to look at moments in our life that may take place in the future. You might get something done. You might show up in a space. Something might take place. And even if it's a dream of what you want to accomplish, what do you have to have in the backpack of tools so when you show up to that moment, you can handle the task at hand? Because a lot of people show up to life and show up to moments. They don't have the backpack full of tools. Why? Why don't you have the backpack full of tools? Well, you didn't do the stuff you had to do leading up to it. So what ends up happening is now you're in a situation where you want to accomplish something, do something, get something completed, something done, and you're falling short a little bit. I appreciate the love. Look, we got MHD got trolling this morning, man. You got up early to troll. I like that. That's somebody after their heart, trying to get some missions of messing people up done, and that don't happen for me. So we got to step up to the plate in certain moments. So what ends up happening is you got to realize if I'm going to get to a certain tier in life, I got to have the tools. I got to spend the days leading up to those moments prepping. Like dialing in, reading books, organizing structure, getting my life dialed in, whatever I got to do, because what happens is you're not going to get all of a sudden to some amazing moment and step into the plate and then kill it. You think about it. If LeBron James never dunked a basketball, you think he's dunking a basketball when it comes time for the game? No, he ain't dunking a basketball. Like, you got to done the work leading up to get to that moment, and you know what that work is. You know exactly what it is. And it may not feel good every day to do. It may be things that are difficult, a little bit stressful to get done. Let's be honest. Most of the time, we want to go at that chill level, especially during the holidays. I don't know about you, man, but the days are shorter. So what I end up finding myself doing is like, I'm tired early and I want to get all warm and I get all cuddly and I get all cozy in my house. And I'm like, man, I want to go to sleep. And I look at my watch. It's like 5:45. Like, it ain't even 6 o'clock yet. I'm not going to bed for like 3-4 hours easy, right? So the idea is, you've got to start thinking about as we progress into the back end of this year, you go into next year, where do you got to get to the point of preparing so you can step up to the plate? You cannot step up to the plate by having nothing in the toolbox. Someone says, but how are you telling people what to do, but not how? I don't know what that means. Very interesting question, Siller B. It's genuinely different based on you. So, for example, my stepping up to the plate might be, you know what, I need to take a specific training on something, I don't know, that I may need for marketing later on. I may need a copy class or something. Or I got to start looking at how do I actually step to the plate to train my team differently. Somebody else stepping up to the plate might look like I'm going to make sure I start working out a little bit more so I can stay healthy throughout my lifestyle. Stepping up to the plate might be, hey, I'm going to fix my marriage, my relationship this coming new year. Or now I got to step up to the plate by learning some things I got to learn for the relationship. How do I be more compatible? passionate? How do I be maybe more ego diminishing for what I do, right? So certain ways you gotta look at your life is you've got to get to that point where you start looking at what is it that you specifically need to do to level yourself up and step up to the plate. Because here's the truth. Nothing that you want is going to happen in your life or show up in your life until you step up to that plate. You're not going to stumble and fall into a great relationship or stumble and fall into $1 million business or stumble and fall into a promotion. Not going to happen, man. I don't even wish it would. I like the problems. I think that there's a strength that you gain and garner from those difficult situations in your life. But here's the truth. If you're going to step up to that plate in your life, the only way it happens is if you start thinking about what must I do right now. Like think about now, not in the moments tomorrow, not in the moments in a few days from now. Now, like today, like when I'm doing this right now, you sit and think in your head, what do I got to do to step up to the plate? And you take an action from that. Because here's the problem that man, it gets to my soul sometimes is I come on because I want to inspire you. And I love what I do. And I love being able to work with people directly. And I coach them back and forth. But there's something special and different when you do the work. You genuinely do the work. You don't sit here and absorb and scroll through memes and watch funny videos. And don't get me wrong, I do some of it too. But when it comes time, I get the stuff done. It's got to get done. You can't go through life floating and then expect to fly someday. You can't. You got to start taking the information you get, the insights you get, the things people are telling you, you're reading every day. Get the books and apply what's on these things. You got to go and earn that for yourself. And what happens is the moment you start getting in that role, that lean, you find new level friends. You find level in circles of people that are going to be pulling you to go to another level. Because I do not think you're the average of 5 people who surround you. I think you're the average of the expectations of the 5 people who surround you. So you guys start thinking, who do I have in my circle? What's around me? What am I doing? What do they aspire to? What must I do? And start taking the stuff I'm telling you, damn, and put it into action. You can't just go through life hoping, because here's what happens. I guarantee, think about this. If you were to take all the stuff you already know how to do, already in your head, and if you applied it, I'm talking no missing, straightforward, discipline, consistent. If you had done it for the last year, where would your life be right now? Genuine question. Like, think about that for a second. If you always got that workout in, if you always read that book, if you always made those cold calls, if you are consistently posting on social media, if you always did the emails, always did the podcast, if you were steady doing these things, what would your life look like right now? Like, true question. If you get to that point of how you start looking at the life you have in front of you, if you were to get to that point of just applying what you already got in your head, it would change your genuine life. So how do we get you to that level? How do you do that, right? You just start taking action, step by step, motion by motion, day by day. I'm telling you, there are people out there that can help you. I don't like to get in these things and talk a lot about the coaching programs and what I do, but that's what I do. Like, I get people to get ridiculously clear at what their dream is, what the plan is to get there, how to execute, how to be disgustingly consistent. That's my role. That's what I do. So every day I talk about this stuff because what I do every day, but I'm here for you just to have a conversation, to throw a little nugget into your brain, to plant a seed and say, hey, get the ball rolling. Because you don't always need someone to be there to push you, right? If you figure out why you're being pushed, maybe what your why is, what's your purpose here, what's the reason you're kind of showing up every day to be who you are, I'm telling you, life, we talk about this whole life change thing like it's this esoteric separate thing. Damn it, it's not. Think about what a change in your life is: a change in your job, a change in your weight, a change in your car, a change in your pocketbook and your bank account. That's a change in life. Those are all things that are feasible and doable when you start putting the time and effort in. So that's my thoughts. But why y'all at my business this morning? He says, hey man, because this is what I do every day. I get it. You know what it is? Here's the thing. It's not even always the willpower to get things done. Because a lot of people I know that have a great will, like a great deal of will. But after a while, man, it burns you out. You got to have a process in place that lets you be in rhythm for life. This is I love this word because if you think about rhythm, it's a good flow. It feels good. When you got a rhythm for your life and that rhythm creates amazing output, it's a game changer, man. Because then you can get all these things done that most people will be like, how do you get it all done? You're like, I get it done easily. It don't even stress me out. The things that I do on a daily basis, they don't stress me out. I got to be in 22 minutes, I'm going to be on a call with my planner, a call that's going to be with some we'll call it very large individuals in some capacity, to where I can be in front of, in March, about 20,000 people live at any given moment, right? It's kind of interesting. But like, that's one part of my day. This is my day. Look at this. Look at that. This is you right now, IG Live. I am straight through until, boom, till 6:30. Look at that. This is my flow. I'm in rhythm throughout this, though. It looks like a lot on my plate. My birthday's tomorrow, so I'm not gonna have anything going on my birthday. But I did all this because I want to have some time to chill my birthday. But look, boom, it's all here. You got to be in a rhythm and a flow, and it may look stressful, but I'm looking forward to the day. Like, I'm dialed in. I know what's going to get done, how it has to get done, where it's going to flow, when I can take breaks, when I can eat, who's going to call, when I can be in my office, when I got to be in the house, like where it's all flow and rhythm. So I get all these things done. And there's a beauty to the traction that creates, the momentum it creates. And when you are able to get this for your life, I'm telling you, it changes everything. Because now you're doing the same amount of energy, like expulsion, we'll call it, but you end up getting a better result. That's what you want. You want to be able to put energy in, have a great return, right? I want to put $1 in, get $3 out. You can't do that if you're always burning yourself out every single month and every single week because you have no idea what the plan is. You don't execute. You're not consistent. So here's the thing. As we kind of close this up today, you got to step up for your life. And today's a great day to start thinking about doing that. And the way that you do it is you dial into what's got to be done, why it's got to get done. And then your big, humongous thing is going to be, how in the hell do I get these things rolling every day and find a rhythm? She says, live with me. Sounds good. I don't know about live with you, but I'll come hang out in your head. Go to the Shift Starter Daily. Here, listen, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put this link inside of here. And this is where I drop a podcast every single day, starterdaily.com. I drop a morning podcast every day so I can hang out with you in your house. It's 8 minutes. It's a straight to the point kind of conversation that allows you to get me in your head every morning. It's a little jump, a little bump outside of these. You can do when you're brushing your teeth, take your morning poopy, whatever it is that you do, go for a run, pop it in, get a little hot for the day, and then get going. That's all I do in those, man. It's fun. It's a blast. I get to record and then have some cool thoughts I share with you guys. So that's my thought for you today. Where it says the dating warriors. Well, a lot of negative comments despite trying to help. Hey, dating warriors, welcome to the world of what we do. You know what's funny? Here's what I'm going to tell people. I'm going to tell you this right now. Whenever I get on, I see trolls. People that talk negatively. There's always this aspect of me that's like, it's all part of the process. I play football, professional football. You get people that are all day nagging at you. So after a while, it's all comical in the damn comments. You let it all ride. But here's the truth. You can never let the one person who doesn't benefit diminish the ability for you to help the people who will. So if I got one person on here saying something, I don't worry about them. I'm worried about the other, 33 people, 52 people that are on here that are all like, I love this. Because that's what I do. That's where you got to serve. And if you're in that space of worrying about people saying things negative, second thing you think about is this. Nobody who's in a great place does that. No one who is full of heart and joyous, they troll people. I don't troll people. I see stuff, I'm like, that's stupid, but I don't post it because I'm like, I'm happy. So I'm not going to give that off there. What's the point of doing all that? So in your life, you start thinking about things, you see craziness kind of coming up, man, hey, let it be. I don't even let it get to the point of driving me or being some energy. It's at the same point. I'm like, you know what? Let them do what they do. And maybe if they stay tuned in, they stay listening, they'll get that little nugget of a seed of joy. They'll be like, oh, I am kind of being a punk for no reason. Maybe I do got to check myself. Maybe I do have something going on in life. I got to start navigating a little bit more. Hopefully that seed can be planted and grown. And if not, hey, life goes on, and it's not my job to drag people out of them. Like, think about the dog. There's some dogs that you'll grab their leash and they sit there butt in the ground. You're pulling the dog by the leash. I'm not trying to pull that dog. I want to take the dog on a walk that wants to go on a walk. You know what I mean? I want to take that dog out. Let's go have some fun. Throw some frisbees. I don't want to go dragging a dog out of the front door. If you don't want to go, hey, don't go. I'm not going to be here trying to force you to do anything, right? Think about it that way. And when you do this, hey, life gets smoother. Then you have no problem stepping out in front of the world and being you, openly you, realizing that nobody can take you down. So that's my thought for you today. Man, go do what you do today. It's a beautiful Monday. Take care. God bless, and I'll see you guys.